Okay guys, so good morning and welcome back to the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare beta. This morning I'm just going to be going through a little bit of stuff in the menus here and talking about my impressions of the game and what I think about things so far. And I'm going to talk about, maybe some things that I'd like to see in the game going forward. I know that's like wishful thinking, but we'll get to it. So basically, after having played the beta for a couple days now, I like it. I like this game probably more so than Black Ops 3 and even Advanced Warfare at this point. I think that from what I've seen, the game is more hardcore, it's more intense, there's more stuff that I'm interested in unlocking and pursuing as far as that's concerned. So, and I think the game has been designed to a higher standard or better ways. So I'm going to go through them here just a little bit, but basically I'm not going to be going into any matches because that's just going to be too distracting for me to be able to talk about the things that I want to talk about. So I'm just going to try to show you stuff from the front end, from the menu perspective, and we'll work it from there. So first thing I'm going to just go through is the rigs. I haven't really played with all of the rigs. I've mainly tried out the Merc and the Synaptic rigs for now. As far as the other ones, I think that there's stuff there to be interested in, stuff there to check out, so I'm excited about the prospect of those. One thing that I would like to see, just talking about rigs, they're all done on a male body type. Throw something out there for the ladies. I don't have any particular, suggestion as to what would be good to do, but hell, okay, we're talking about ninjas here. Do a lady ninja class that's like super stealth and, I don't know, can throw some silent weapons or something cool, can see enemies through walls, I don't know. Hook them up, do something cool for on that level, just because, add some variety to the game and maybe makes it more interesting to the female audience. We had female characters for the past 2 games. I don't know why they went back to an all-male roster, or at least all-male body type roster, but it is what it is. That's just one thing I'd like to see them change or add to in the future, but I guess there's room for that. As far as their loadouts and all that stuff, I didn't see anything that looked too out of the ordinary for a Call of Duty game, so I think there's going to be something there for everyone. Everybody can find something that they're going to enjoy based on the classic Call of Duty archetypes, so I think that'll be fine. As far as loadouts, I like the way that the loadouts work. It's easy, it's simple, it's straightforward. I do wish that the secondary row of stuff didn't take up 2 slots, like you can see there, but that's pretty much classic Call of Duty. It's cheaper to load out stuff with single slot stuff and just see what else you really need in order to make that loadout work. So still tweaking stuff there as far as all that, but what I really like is that your pick 10 things from the your loadout do not interfere with your score streaks. So you can pick your score streaks, whichever 3 that you would like, and that doesn't affect your overall loadout carry weight or whatever, however you want to put that. The one thing that I don't like, or I wish had been added, was the customizable score streaks like Advanced Warfare had, because it was cool to be able to add the radar ping that sweeps across and shows you exactly where the dude is for an extra 100 or 150 points or whatever it was. Similarly, being able to upgrade some of these other abilities or make them make it so you could earn the score streak even if you died, it would carry over. There was some cool stuff there. I just wish there was more so on the side of customization. I wish that the customization was there, but maybe stuff to see later in the game. I don't know if they'll add stuff like that, but from at least it's straightforward, at least it's simple. One thing I would say though is that I didn't see a lot of like score streak stuff becoming like a real problem while we were playing. Like there was no like, what's the one that drops the meatballs, the wraps from Black Ops 3. There wasn't anything sort of on that level where it was like suddenly the entire map is being held down by some type of score streak that you have to watch out for. So you would see more often than not people getting the Scorchers, which fly over and like shoot down giant laser strafing run. Yeah, that's cool, looks cool, but like I didn't really see too much that was like actually affecting gameplay. You know what I mean? Like other than UAVs, counter UAVs. Every once in a while you'll get the Scarab coming at you. The bombardment I find kind of useless because it takes so long to get to the ground that the enemies just run out of the zone. So that's just my beginning impressions of what I saw with this. As far as like weapons in and of themselves, I think there's a good variety, and there's going to be stuff that's like interesting and fun to unlock as we go forward. Looks like there's a electric energy rifle variant of the AK. So like interesting stuff in each class. The classics, things that you would recognize, things that you would know, plus like some interesting new takes on things. Like I really like the Mauler. It's a beast. What you've come to expect. Essentially, it's all there, and then they have like interesting classic weapons that I'm looking forward to being able to rock out with some of these, man. Oh yeah, combat shotgun, man, and the M1. Oh my god, it's gonna be sweet. So I really like that. I also really like how they did the Quartermaster this time instead of the what was it, the black market and blackjack. So like, not only the unlocking of the crates, which you earn with your supply keys, and you get those keys after every match, depending on how many you earn. So we got a gun there, a rare gun, and a rare suit for the striker platform. But also the way that this armory works. I was very skeptical at first of how this was going to actually function, but basically you earn salvage for completing contracts for the various factions, and as you unlock the currency, salvage currency, you can just unlock more of these guns. You can also get them in supply drops, so that's a secondary way to unlock some of them, but just the ability to actually like pick and choose and be like, hey, I want to spend my salvage on this particular line of weapons and unlock it, or that particular line. And it looks like we're just getting a taste of what's going to be available here, because I would imagine that by the end of this there's going to be like maybe even like 10 different versions of each gun, something like that. So definitely well done, because it's a currency-based economy for unlocking, and that's something that I think the game has always needed. So I'm definitely excited about the fact that we're going to be able to actually decide what it is that we want to unlock in the game going forward. So definitely, I don't even know what the mission team depot is. Oh, well, there we go. Get guns. I see, for working with each of the teams, so that makes sense. Woot! So I need to keep leveling up to level 30, and I'll get this crazy gun. Okay, so that's something I can work on just for fun while I'm playing. So definitely cool system as far as the unlocks. There's no more of this sort of like pay to win kind of stuff with it, so that I can definitely appreciate, at least from the look of things. So I'm excited about that. As far as everything else, like generally my experience with the game has been a positive one. It's been one that has made me want to play more and more as I get deeper and deeper into the game and unlock more and more. So definitely excited about that. I like the maps, generally speaking. There's maybe one or two aspects about some of the maps that I don't like, but from what we were able to play in the beta, I'm excited to see sort of what else is going to be coming with the full version of the game, and what we'll see going forward with DLCs and all that. So definitely a positive experience overall coming through this beta, and like pretty surprised by how quality and how smooth and how nice everything looks. So good job on that level. Going into, I guess this is kind of things I would like to see also combined with things that I maybe was expecting to be able to see a little bit of and didn't see anything of. So I liked the slice, I liked the snippet of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare that we got here. I feel like it's still a bit reserved in the sense of like where they could have gone with it, where I would have liked to seen them gone with it versus where they ended up with it. Specifically, I'm referring to like Zero Gravity and like the scenes in the campaign multiplayer, or the campaign trailer, sorry, where like the player is flying through space with the grappling hook and jumping on things that are floating in, you know, space, and running around on outsides and insides of random things and stuff like that. Like, I've mentioned it before during some of my gameplay, that's like I would have liked to have seen more of an emphasis on maybe zero gravity, if not zero gravity, sort of like magnet boots or something, so you could wall run like crazy on certain parts where it would like completely change, like make it look like the wall is the floor, stuff like that. One thing I referenced was like, what if you had a map that was on the inside of a cube and you could walk on all of the different walls of the cube? You know what I mean? Like, and you could do each wall as a different type of environment, right? And sure, you could get sniped by somebody who's sitting in a corner somewhere looking up, right, at some other part of the map or whatnot, but I think that adds to the gameplay. I think that makes things interesting, makes it unpredictable, challenges us to play in new ways and learn and adapt to new environments and new gameplay, so I'm all for that kind of thing. So zero gravity, I would have liked to have seen maybe more of that implemented, even if it was just like here's the map has like a tunnel ring around the outside that has like space lock doors or fields that like surround a central courtyard, and the courtyard, once you go out through the field airlock doors, then it all becomes zero gravity, and then when you jump, you sort of like dash forwards in the direction that you're looking, so you can like jump across the map and do all kinds of like crazy flips and stuff in the air and jetpack around and all that kind of stuff. Like, I would have liked to have seen a map that was just no holds barred, here's zero gravity, here you go, see what you can do with it. I would have liked to have seen that. Didn't see that, but you know, come on guys, maybe you can do something going forward here with this DLC stuff. I know that probably all of the maps are finalized anyways, but it's like I can still dream, I can still hope. So just throwing that idea out there. I've got a little list here of other things. So it's 5 things. Zero gravity was one. Things that I would like to see them bring back from other games. And this is going way back, but I'd actually like to see them bring back things like invisible walls and like power operated doors, like sliding doors and stuff like that. Like, bring them back properly, where it's like you can't shoot through it while it's closed, but you can shoot through it while it's open, sliding door kind of deal. Or have like, oh, here's the way to get into the invisible wall tunnel that goes around, and it's like, sure, you know, you might not know about the like maybe like an air duct or something, right, that has the air duct grill over the front of it, and you know what I mean, maybe you can shoot the grill off of it or whatever, you know what I mean, but just invisible walls were a part of FPS gaming in the past, and I'd like to see that, like, even just if it's like a one of, or like a, you know what I mean, Easter eggy kind of thing or whatever. It's just like bring back some of the unpredictability of the environment with sliding doors and invisible walls. And another thing is platforms and 3D platforming. I'm not necessarily looking for like moving platforms, although that could be incorporated. I would like to see moving levels, but I'm going to talk about that in the next one. But I'm just talking about like platforms where it's like, oh, here, you know, like jump across the 3 stepping stones across the pit of lava, or jump up these, you know, 3 pillars that are arranged in such a way that it looks like, you know, a giant staircase or something, so you can get up in this window, or like just having more platforms like that around in the level where it's like, you don't need to use this, but you could use it if you wanted to. You know what I mean? So just that kind of stuff. The next thing, so that's invisible walls, platforms, that's 2 things. Zero gravity, that's 3. The 4th is environmental hazards. And by environmental hazards, I mean lava pits, obviously, more death drops and stuff like that, but also like, you know, here's a water tower that you can shoot out and the water will, you know, wash everybody off that area of the map, or like more explosive type stuff around, or like even like trapdoors. Like here's a trapdoor or a moving platform over the lava. Like here's a bridge, right? And the bridge will either be in one of 3 positions, and it just keeps rotating back between those 3 doors. And like if you don't get on the bridge in time, maybe you get trapped back where you were, or you have to wait for it to come back around again. And you know what I mean? Just being able to predict where that's going will help you to determine what you need to do as far as your strategy and stuff like that. That could be interesting. Or like, yeah, like a platform that goes over the lava that is only there for a few seconds and then it falls back down again or opens back up. And, you know, if you're on it at the wrong time, you're going to get dropped down into the lava too. You know, I think seeing some stuff like that in the game would have been interesting. And my 5th and final thing that I would like to see is, I'm going to just call it combination levels, where it's like, in Black Ops 3, the final zombies map had it so that you would jump on these jump pads and you could go between these 4, I think it was 4 floating islands. And each of the islands had like a different theme or feel to it, right? And I kind of want to see like that reimagined as a multiplayer space, where it's like, have smaller areas that have multiple jump pads on each one of them, and have each of those areas themed to be something different. And my suggestion for themes would be something like, do one as a modern warfare style map or area, do one as a futuristic, and do one as like a World War II, and have the jump pads there so you can jump back and forth between the zones. And then maybe, so it's like, maybe you're a sniper, so maybe going to the World War II themed zone where it's all trenches and bunkers, and you can sit up on the bunker on the hill and aim down at all the dudes. So maybe you as a sniper are going to prefer that zone, right? And then maybe, I don't know, there's like modern warfare jungle theme or city theme or something like that, or like a space station or whatnot for the futuristic theme, where you know, I can think of like having tight corridors in a space station, right? So that'd be good for the close quarters combat. And then like the modern warfare street combat would be good for assault rifle players. And just have all of those things available, and have it so that you can still kind of see the different levels in the distance. So if you wanted to snipe across, you know what I mean? Make it interesting, make it fun, make it something that people want to see, and people will be like, oh man, I'm going to go chill here because this is my deal and this is where I'm going to be hanging out. So that way you can sort of cater to each of the different crowds and audiences to some degree. But those are just my thoughts and impressions and opinions of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I hope you guys all had fun watching me play it, and check the game out when it comes out next month. I think it's going to be definitely worth the money and definitely a good time. So it gets my seal of approval. They did a good job, and I'm going to be happy to play it when it comes out. So big thank you to everybody for coming and joining me. I'm sorry that I didn't answer any questions in chat. I just wanted to sort of keep this just a little bit more simple and straightforward. So I'm sorry about that. I will answer some questions now just in text chat before I go, but Misty and I are going to be back actually in about a half hour to do our regular stream. I just wanted to get this out of the way early, and plus we had to wait for some internet things on Misty's end, so just wanted to get this done and out of the way while the beta was still up and we still had something Infinite Warfare related to look at. So thanks guys for coming and checking this out. I hope you liked it. If you let me know what you guys think of the Infinite Warfare beta, or what you thought of the experience that I had here, or just let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time, and have a good one. Woot!